The two-day forum took place in the Ethiopian city of Bahir Dar in northern Ethiopia. Mr. Museveni noted that secularism is largely an ideological issue and noted that leaders, whether political or religious, needed to diagnose their societies and sensitize the people they lead on what was important for their own prosperity and what wasn't.
Opportunism, parasitism, and commonalities. These diverse societies, do they have commonalities among them? If they are there, why don't you emphasize the commonalities and you ignore the divergences? And are you an opportunist by exploiting an identity? Or are you a parasite because you are pushing an interest which only serves you, does not serve the other people?
The president said that it was an act of short-sightedness for any person to emphasize the existing diversities within societies, whether religious or otherwise, instead of promoting the much available commonalities and mutually benefit each other for the good of the community. The president told the forum that the diversity in the African continent is misdefined, as most of the African continent people are historically connected. He said that in the case of the Great Lakes region, although it had people of divergent cultures, they lived harmoniously and respected each other.
When we talk, are we saying that African society should remain stagnant? Because if the middle class evolves, the middle class will have different interests from the tribal society we are having now. So what are we talking about? Are we saying that we should maintain underdevelopment so that we have these tribes, they stay there, and we keep talking about them? But the middle class in Europe has taken over, and now the middle class values are more predominant than those pre-capitalist modes.
President Museveni noted that to suppress those agents of sectarianism, there is need to promote the economic development of the African continent. He said that this will lead to the emerging of the middle class whose interests is wealth multiplication, noting that once these become front runners of society, selfish interests that emphasize identity and sectarianism will be suppressed. Citing the example of the People's Republic of China, he said that although the country was secular and does not emphasize religion in her administration, the country has continuously prospered and is today the second wealthiest country in the world. The president also confirmed that African continents can work together to defeat terrorism, adding that this was the reason forces were sent to Somalia. The Ethiopian Prime Minister, Haile Mariam Desalegn, said that politicized faith has no room in the world and is an act of self-seekers, and called for joint action by all African states to check their action and stop their ill motives. Rwandan President Paul Kagame called on all leaders, political or religious, to shoulder the responsibility of instilling good moral ideals that emphasize unity and not divisionism. Separate the best practices from the bad ones, both in politics and religion. The forum was also addressed by the President of Mali, Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, who is also the chairman of the forum. It was also attended by the Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. This report was compiled by Amos Daremwa.